With that being said, before we get into it, the next guy, technically his time in Utah, he played a lot of power forward, and this year they might list him as that again. So we do apologize to anyone who's going to come in the comments or rip us for the next guy saying he's a power forward. But year after year, he has been listed as a small forward, and power forward last year was kind of the first time he played it. But with that being said, who do we have at number 10?
Number 10, we have Bojan Bogdanovic. We may have relisted him, but he can play either one, let's be honest. He is a great player. He made our top 10 at small forward. I'm not sure if he would have made the top 10 at power forward. It was very deep in the power forward top 10, but he's a fantastic player.
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy who is just a pure, like we said about OG, a sniper, but he just doesn't, I guess, do the little things, and he's just so high because he is just such a volume scorer and he's so established. I think in the end, guys on this list are going to end up being much better players than him, that
Yeah.
are below him. But for where he is right now, it's the highest point he's going to be at, if I'm being completely honest. But yeah, for where he is right now, he's probably he's top five in terms of scoring on this list, and that alone deserves him a top 10 spot.
And that's just it, right? He's on a good team where he went there. I wasn't expecting him to put up higher numbers. I think he had a great year in Indiana last year. He was coming into his own. He went to Utah last year. Indiana 2 years ago, I mean. He went to Utah last year, and he had a better year than he's ever had. Maybe that was just a fact of not being given the opportunity earlier in his career. But the man is now in his 30s. He's getting higher in age. It's probably not going to get much better than where he's at right now. I'm saying that, and he's gotten better every single year he's been in the NBA.
It's
So
funny.
at one point he'll top out, but
No, I had the same thought where every time I feel like he's done getting better, he gets better. So we're sitting here saying 20 is his max out, and then watch next year be even better again. Because same thought where I thought Indiana, I was like, that was a huge jump for him. That's going to be like the best version we see. Makes even a little
nope.
more of a jump too. So
And
who
he shoots the ball so well on such a number of attempts last year. He's really taken in that role. Because with Utah, I'm not sure if he'll stay at power forward there. If we're going to go down small forward, like I say, he's paid either or. Basketball Reference actually still has him listed at small forward, which is the main reason we listed him there, likely. But I didn't picture Utah as a very great 3-point shooting team. They haven't been known as that. Maybe that's just because of the style of play that someone like Gobert brings that team. But if Bogdanovic plays at power forward, he is the perfect complement to Gobert. He's also the perfect complement to Derek Favors. Both of them. Just being able to be an outside threat who can consistently put up 15, 20 points per game, if not more. He averaged over 20 points per game last year. So we think he's done topping out here, but there's a very, very, very good chance that he proves us wrong and that he puts up probably a similar year next year, if not better.
Hey, I mean, with that being said, but pre-All-Star break, he played 41 games. He had just under 22 points per game. And there was
Yep.
a month, I believe November, where he did average over 22 per game. So it's not like he can't do it. It's just a matter of he hasn't done it over 82. But like you said, like maybe with some guys, what they need is they need to do it for a short period of time, know what it feels like. They go down a bit, and then they are able to get into a consistent flow with that good rhythm. And we might see that with him. My issue with him in terms of not moving higher is that as good he is on offense. I mean, he was a guy eighth in points at 20.2, sixth in 3-point percentage, second most 3-point attempts. He was 90% in free throw per shooting, but he doesn't do anything else. Like this guy, he was 35th in rebounds among small forward. He was 69th in
Doesn't need
steals.
to.
He was
Doesn't need
97th in
to.
blocks. It's just
Doesn't need to.
I know he doesn't because like a guy like Joe Ingles is there who does everything, Gobert, Mitchell.
Gobert.
But it's like in terms of yes, he's on the team that it happens, but when he was on other teams, it was the same thing. Like he's good at one thing, he's offensively very gifted. But aside from that, if you don't have guys who are able to make up for his lack of other things, it hurts you. For Utah, it benefits them, and that's why he's good at the top 10 for me. I just don't see him much higher, even if he has a better year, honestly.
Well, I think it depends. I think if he does get up to 22, 23 points per game, we're having a different conversation. That's just one more 3-pointer. That's all that is. One more 3-pointer made per game. I know it is very difficult. It's easy for me to say that. We look back at he's a sniper, right? He is that. He might not hit as high as someone like Kyle Korver, but he brings shade to Kyle Korver or Ryan Anderson, where there might not be they might not have contributed that much on defense. They're there. They're not horrible. They're not the worst in the league, but their offense overshadows anything else that they bring on defense, which is why he made it into our top 10, which wasn't easy to do.
No, definitely. Where as much as we say certain things about small forward, it is like this top 10. There are 10 really good players,
Yeah.
honestly, and that's why I feel like myself, I don't feel like he's going to go up because I feel like even the guy at number 9 is just overall just a lot better of a player than him.
Well, going into number 9, the funny thing is about player at number 9